Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Welcome to this edition of Channel Chat. Looky who we have here. We have Andy Armstrong and of course the always lovely Swags joining us
Hi.
today, guys. Thank you so much for taking this amount of time out of your day. What are you we walking like an Egyptian now or something?
I don't know, it just comes through my head like this.
Thank you guys so much
You know,
for
you was
joining me. Greatly
you're
appreciate it.
you're absolutely welcome. What's crazy is every single time we start a camera rolling, I don't know what it is, but somehow we just start laughing or doing something ridiculous.
I don't
That's
know.
because that's
I
who
think
you
you
guys
laugh
are.
first. I
That's
think
you
it's
guys.
your fault.
You
You
guys are
laugh first, and
hams.
I.
You guys are hams. That's what you are, and
I mean,
that's what people love about you.
but she's been my work daughter for a long time now, so I have to drop the dad jokes when it's appropriate or when it's inappropriate or whatever, and so it's just fun.
Well, and that's just it. They always say if you're not having fun doing what you do, why are you doing it?
Bingo.
And that's I think that I know that that falls in for me, in YouTube, and I am having a blast doing it. I love doing it. I love talking to guys like you and the knife community as a whole, and it's just it's just a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm just sticking with it as long as I can.
Nice. No, you do a great job, JB. Always. Big Red EDC is a channel that we always turn to and look at. If you need to know all the specs of a knife, if you need to look at it in detail, the one thing I'm going to get on to you about, though,
Okay.
is this, it's this, it's, I think that's a little high. No, no, not high at all. So you tease them with something wrong and then you tell them it's not wrong. I watched that video.
You like that? You like that?
I did. I did.
No, I try to be very thorough because I think that's what it's good to just like I said, have fun. Absolutely 100%, but I want to
Right.
try to give people as much information as possible. Now, do
Sure.
I get into the calipers and all that stuff? No, that's not me. That's not me at
Right.
all. I try.
Right.
Mm-mm. No. No, I don't like
Right.
it. I don't like it. So that was making it kind of not fun, if you know what I mean. So yeah,
Exactly.
right,
Exactly.
For
right.
sure.
So man, Rosecraft Blades. What are we about 6 months in ish since Blade Show?
Uh,
Since Blade
so
Show.
so if you count the debut at Blade Show, yeah, we're 6 months
Yeah,
in. What we
yeah.
are really is a year and
Well,
some
yes,
change in.
yes.
We're here in a
You know,
half.
we started in June of 2021, July of 2021. I pulled you in at the end of July. Is that right? I don't know. She slept since then. But no, we went fast and furious that whole first year. It was,
Right,
what are we going to do as a company? What are we going to put out there? And we went
right.
from no designs at all to bringing 5 people into a team, having 4 in-house designers, and getting them prototyped, produced, and out there like 12 different models for
Yeah,
Dude, it was a whirlwind.
by Blade Show. So and we still
absolutely.
have our traditionals trickling in, like you've seen the Appalachian Jack drop this week, and some other stuff's getting ready to come in as well. It's just been a wild ride so far, but the reception has been great. And I can be dead honest with you. She doesn't know these parts of it because I usually deal with the back end, but I've only had to send 2 refunds. Any other problem that I've had with any product that we've sent out was either our fault for sending the wrong thing. I've just gone ahead and sent the product to the person where I put the wrong thing in the box. But I've only had 2 people send something back, and that speaks volumes of the quality that we got and that we demanded from the factories that we work with.
And
Sure,
then quality
sure.
check twice before we sent out.
Yeah, and she's got it right
Absolutely.
there. That's what we do. When they
Absolutely.
come into us, we hand check everything as they come in to check them
Yeah.
in. And then right before they go into your box, we check them again.
Can we just talk about how much it sucks having to check like 600 to 700 knives in a day? My thumbs hurt. Have you ever like busted blood vessels in your thumbs, like in your
No.
fingers and stuff, and it just itches? It itches so much, and then it rips my nails up,
And so
pisses me off.
you sit there and you do something like this on every single knife, then
Oh
you wipe
yeah.
it back down and you wrap it back up, and you
Oh
do
yeah.
that, what, 200 times each, and you're like, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. These, when they came in, we were basically making sure that everything was flush on that knife you're holding up right there. we're making sure everything's flush and right. So you do this got on rubber gloves, of course, and you do this whole thing over it. You look for centering, you pop this bad boy open, and then with your rubber glove, because there's usually oil on this thing, you just go right across to make sure there's no blemishes and no marks. You saw it, I striped up my thumb really good. That rubber glove did not last on this thing. It was just the blade, because these are sharp.
Yes, they are. They came very, very sharp. Now, we're talking about this one right now. I will say we are talking about the Appalachia Jack. I have been schooled. I have been my Apple. I'm just gonna stop right there because I'm gonna say it wrong. Appalachia. I've been schooled. I'm trying to get the vernacular down.
If you want to remember it in your brain always, just think of this. I'm going to throw an apple at you.
Yes.
That's it right there.
Right.
But the Appalachian Jack. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say,
knife come up.
I have to say something about this. I thought that was really cool what you guys did with this one, with the seconds. I thought that was a fantastic idea.
Putting the finger choil in?
No, when you said you did your QC, right? And you found a few that were, had some minor blemishes or whatever but then you sold those as seconds on the site, marked them down. I thought that was a really good idea.
Well, I mean, as long as they weren't completely broken, you
Right,
know, like
right.
if it's a small blemish and you kind of know what you're getting, it's because we didn't want to lie to anyone because they didn't hold up to the standard that we particularly wanted.
Absolutely.
They weren't bad, but tell people what they're gonna get. I mean, I think a lot of people had fun with that. Trying to find what they found was wrong with it,
Absolutely. I think that was part of it.
And a lot of your viewers probably know who Dave Galati is, and he assured me that people that like to practice and take knives apart and recover them and all of that stuff, they would love to have seconds at a discount rate so they can not damage a perfectly good knife. They're going to take a knife that had a crack in a bone cover and pop it off and try again.
Absolutely. First off, Swags, I do just have to say I love your shirt.
Thanks. That was really cute.
And I love Andy's hat.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Hey, we're sharing the love. We're sharing the love here. I do love Andy's hat too. I love that logo. That's an awesome logo.
I love that hat, and I think it's such a cool looking logo that you can actually brand that. Like people wear it because it just looks cool.
Absolutely.
Mine, it has a heart, so like not everybody's really gonna wear that.
I'd wear a heart. I would rock a heart. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm like the least tough guy on the planet, but I've made this logo to be a little tougher. It's the skull and crossbones, but the A is there. It's for Armstrong. And then the X is for Generation X, the best generation on the planet.
I did not know. Oh, yes. So there is. So
I'm not. No, that's true.
Talk about Easter. Talk about Easter eggs. There's one right there. There you go. All right. Very cool. No, but you guys,
I mean, just go ask me something. Sorry.
Remember how he said he drops dad jokes?
There was.
Yeah,
there was the first
there it is. There it is. Hey, you know what? We are definitely a dad joke friendly place, so please feel free. Feel free as often as you like. This is going to turn into the Andy Armstrong show, folks. He's just going to tell us dad jokes for the next, 50 to 60 minutes. So there we go. But no, I mean, guys, Rosecraft is, you guys are, I want to say blowing up, to be perfectly honest with you, because I think you really are. I think you guys have come on strong. Like you said, you dropped the whole line. It just kind of made sense to do that at the time. And now we've kind of seen, they're coming one by one. And is it too early to tease?
Too early to tease what's coming next?
Maybe. Is it possible? Is it possible?
It is possible. I can do this. I got a message from our agent that services our factories and overseas, and I was told that these are being packed and should ship out this week. This in my hand is the Little River Bend Skinner.
Oh, come on.
An Andy Armstrong original right there. You may know this pattern. It is very much an upswept bow trapper, but I actually adjusted this so you have a better grip at the back end. Scandi grind is still there. It's a little bit of a faux Scandi grind. half stops in this bad boy, white smooth bone handles. So if you know somebody who likes to do all that good etching and fun stuff in these, you can make this knife any color you want. Brushed steel bolsters, D2 in the blade. Again, nickel silver pins, the rosebud shield. People miss that. That is the rosebud shield.
It is
right
the
there.
rosebud shield.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you have to kind of keep it like that to be able to see it. You've got the lanyard hole, just see my whole shoulder jump out. The one thing I do want to point out on these, this is a prototype I have in my hand. We're doing steel liners. When I look at knives that I love, like the great Tony Bose's knives, when I look at other custom makers out there, you rarely see brass liners. And what makes it look nice and smooth across that whole back are the steel liners themselves.
It's
so I wanted that to happen in all of our traditionals, and that's what you're going to see across all the lines. It's just, to me, a prettier, smoother knife. We were also going to go to brushed steel shields. So stainless steel shields instead of nickel silver. They will hold up a lot longer for you. They will not tarnish the way that nickel silver does, but the pins will still be nickel silver. So that's coming. I'm just going to say, you know, well, we're coming out on Saturday, so you shouldn't have that much longer. If you go to the website and you find this item on the website, you click the little notify me button, you'll get an email as soon as those drop in stock. Did that work for you? I'm pretty sure you set up for that, right, JB?
I did. Yeah, it worked fine. Worked fine. Awesome. Absolutely. 100%.
I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
How many traditionals do you think you've designed at this point, like in your life?
Oh, she's stealing my thunder, but good question. Good question. No, that's good. That's all good. That was the question I was going to ask him.
Yeah, you have to go back to 98 when I got into the knife industry.
I was 1.
So, yeah, I knew that. I was going to say, you have to go back to 98. And when I came into the knife world, I was working a call center. I was managing a call center. And then, you know, they found out that I could draw and that kind of said, hey, work on this special project. And I did that, and they moved me over into special projects. So this evolution that happened really went from designing embellishments for knives, which, if you guys know what that is making new shields, making etches for commemoratives. It went to packaging and embellishments, which is designing packaging for specific commemoratives and that kind of stuff, into branding. And we helped build a very well-known brand right now. Actually, I did almost all of the marketing branding for that brand and built it up. That's how I haven't said it at all. I'm not ashamed of it. It's Rough Rider, guys. I designed Rough Rider for a very, very long time. Absolutely. It's an outstanding brand.
Because
and then we got into, through that period, doing some actual design work. And I've probably been doing that for 10 to 12 years, actual design. How many I've done? God, I don't know. I know that just in special projects in general, where I was before, I was doing about 100 projects a year.
Wow.
So
wow, way to make my 6 look like just God.
Okay, he's been doing it a little longer. He's been doing it a little longer.
The fun thing about traditionals is that there's such
harder ones to design.
They are hard to design, they are hard to make, they are hard to get right.
I've tried.
However, you have this library of things that you can turn to.
Right.
You know, there were so many old specialized patterns, and one of my joys is going into old catalogs and finding something like that, which is an IXL. That is a pattern 1534. And when I saw it, I was like, is that a pry tip in that thing? And it was. And it's the inspiration for the Appalachian Jack. Yeah. And that pry tip is built right into the back spring. We're both holding knives with the same sister, laughing at.
No, I'm laughing at that. Your pry tip worked a little bit better than mine did. I'm just saying. I can at least be grown enough to say that, because like you were the one that brought up that you could take the pry tip off the bar so easily.
I did.
And it just made me laugh, because like everyone loves the pry tip one. It's not mine. They were like, I don't know if I need that.
Now let's be honest. Let's talk. I wanted to talk to you about that too. Yes. Yeah. For a pocket knife, yes. But for what the knife was designed for,
yeah.
I've
actually told him before is that I wish it could have been on the other side, so it went in your pocket instead of sticking out of your pocket. But at that point, you'd have to move the pivot over. It wouldn't have the right balance to it. And if I had it to where it could fold in, then this would be such a long knife, being able to fold both the blade and the tip in.
Yep.
So I mean, it's kind of works out better that you can just take it off if you want to.
For a
There's only
bar
one-
knife, for a bar knife, barbecue knife,
yeah.
it is perfect for what it is. It is designed perfectly.
And let me tell you something. There's only one great thing about this knife, and it's a great little knife in and of itself. But what I look for in knives, it's that it does that.
Oh, it
I mean,
snaps open.
I don't cut anything with half of this stuff. I mean, I really don't. I put it in my pocket and I pick it up and I play with it. And if I can do that with a thumb stud and it's not assisted,
Oh, absolutely.
wow.
No, that
It is
knife
just
fast. Springs out. Absolutely.
The thing that works for me, and you know, it's kind of a cheat for me, is that I don't really have pockets, so I generally put things like in belt loops. And so I never get hot spots. So when I sit down, they kind of just move wherever I'm going. The only thing that's like stop that is when you get caught on a door, but like that would not, you know.
So you're kind of like scout carrying it on your belt loop.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I kind of just hang it there, but like that's why I specifically like, so where's another one? So I prefer one of these clips. See how it closes right there versus this, because when I put it on my belt loop, this is gonna stay better.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, I have clean nails too. I want to roll.
Miracles never cease. It's a Christmas miracle.
So
an angel lost its wings. So
I would see. This is why I wanted to do this. This is why I wanted to do this with both of you, because like I said before, this is what people love about you guys. You have a chemistry, you just work off one another, and there again, you're just having fun.
We've known each other, what, 6 years now?
Something like that. And to be honest, on camera, he holds back. He has roasted me in ways that I never thought would happen. By an old man.
Oh, she gets me good too. Don't let her fool you. Don't let her fool you.
He's faster than I am, so his comebacks are so much quicker than mine.
See, so that's where I'm lacking. I'm not. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, give me a minute. I'll come up with. Hang on. I got.
It's gonna be so good. Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, right. Yep.
I do want to ask you this though. When you first held this thing, I know you ordered one ahead of the ambassador ones that we sent out. How much did you think this knife should be priced at?
What did I think it? What do I think it could be priced at?
What do you think it could be priced at?
I think this knife could go, and I'm always going to err on the side of budget. That's just the way I am. But you would have absolutely zero problems selling these $50 without a doubt. I think they would go pretty good at 60 to 70, but I think they'd still fly off the shelves at $50. And you guys are selling these what, 35, 36?
$35.99, 36 bucks.
Yeah, so
you're talking about D2
price,
steel, Micarta, the whole bit. It's things like that make me question my abilities as a business person.
I mean, no, seriously though, they would sell. Well, they would.
There's something to be said about that. Like as a company, like you said before, is that we started this last June, last July, whatever. I mean, it really was a whirlwind. Like we had very little time, but one thing we did make sure of as a team collectively is that we are going to prioritize making good knives and making something in a budget to where everybody can have it. Because if we want to expand this industry, we want more people in the community.
Absolutely.
Because we all talk about how great it is, right?
Right.
Well, we want more people in it. So at this price, anybody can get into it. You can dabble in it and not be upset when you go on a plane and someone takes your $400 knife.
Yeah.
No, we don't want that. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't have. Well, I have maybe one. I was gonna say I don't have many $400 knives.
Not $400 ones, but like I have a couple Basinellis.
Oh, I know. No, and you're right. And no, I think because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna talk bad about anybody. I have had a bad experience with a manufacturer, absolutely 100%. But let's be honest, there are some case knives out there that do not rival the quality of this knife and are selling for twice the price. I mean, that's just my opinion. And
it's no hate towards Case, you know.
no,
a lot
absolutely.
of it is
Well,
like that. You have a lot of their reputation in there too, you know. We don't know where they're getting their factories at.
And also,
I
you need to
have
look
a
at
little
Case.
I have a little disdain. I do have a little disdain. there is a slight bit, but no,
Just a tad.
just a tad. But I'm not. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just being honest and truthful that yeah, this quality of this knife is yeah, you could sell it for double the price. I think almost really.
Well, what we wanted to demand and what we wanted to arrive at was somewhere in between Case and GEC, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Okay, sure. I got you.
And there's a lot of times that you just can't get a GEC. You can't get them. They're too expensive for some people. They are in demand so much that they just go immediately as soon as something new comes out. And so people like those knives. And really, we've kind of adopted that model. It's to say, we didn't adopt the Case model. We didn't say we're going to make peacock bone and make 500 knives in peacock bone. Right. We're going to find a good pattern that we like, and we're going to release it as one single knife. Yeah. If people really like it, maybe we'll bring it back as something else. Maybe it'll come in, maybe this guy will come in bone at some point, rather than micarta.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, do you remember? Okay, when this first came in, it's so smooth. And like, I've seen a lot of knives at this point, but I obviously don't have 20 years experience. I did get my first knife in February 2019, so I am still pretty new. Doesn't that like really surprise you?
That blows my mind.
I know, first time back then. But like when you look at this knife, you have one in your hand. I don't know why I'm about to show it to the camera, but
well, yeah,
it looks so smooth that like I thought it was. He was like, it's micarta, and for me in my head, I'm thinking of this kind of micarta.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, dude, I don't think that's micarta. We sat there gonna argue because no, Savannah, look.
So do you remember why I told you it was like that?
Well, it was because if you look real closely, you can see like the texture and stuff in there.
You can see the texture in it, but the reason it's shiny and the reason it looks like it does is when you go to finish this kind of traditional with nickel silver pins and a nickel silver bolster that sits flush, you have to polish this thing. You're going to buff it. Yeah. And so when you buff even that micarta, it's going to go shiny. And so this is like, say, linen micarta. You're going to get this to have a sheen and a shine. Otherwise, you're going to have rough places. If you see micarta like this in a traditional, you're going to either see screws in the handle or that kind of thing, right? And so I wanted a traditional looking knife. Getting hand cramps for some reason.
Dude, I feel you.
So I need to start drinking more fluids. I'm getting old, JB.
Hey, you and me both.
That half-century mark's got me down here, brother.
I hear you.
Brother. I just dropped like a little T-Rex over here. We have fun with them. There's some really cool stuff coming. I wish I could tease you what is in round 2. I know that you have seen one piece of that.
I can neither confirm nor deny anything. I've been told I can neither confirm nor deny anything.
All I know is if you go through our videos, you might just see some stuff.
This is true, and people don't know this. If they go to our YouTube channel and they watch our videos, there's a lot of times that I pick up paper and I cut it.
You know, you ruined the whole Easter egg hunt when you told them where to look.
I didn't. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. You might see something in one of those videos that is not out yet.
And you definitely mentioned the YouTube channel. I don't think enough people know about the YouTube channel, and we need to expand upon that.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Our YouTube channel has Easter egg hunts. Or Easter eggs of flag.
Yeah, just little children running around looking for eggs. No.
Also, the best part of the video is the first 30 seconds and the last 30 seconds.
I'm going to tell you, if you have not watched our opening and our closing, if you don't stay until after the credits and our stuff, you're missing out on our videos. The place we've found ourselves is we've got 12 knives. There's not a whole ton of videos that we can continue to make. So we're trying to spread them out a little bit.
Right.
I think YouTube will come. And you know this from being in this industry too, you cannot advertise in this industry. So we're growing by reputation, by good folks like you at BigRedEDC, by people like, Christine Hartman, Women Carry Knives, Peter Hartman with a Therapeutic Edge. I'm going to leave somebody out. Dave Galati's doing a great job with all of his groups on for us. Of course, Ryan Shaner, everybody knows is one.
I was
big
gonna
Pikey.
say we can't
And
forget
Scott
Pikey.
from
We can't
Farming
forget
Brothers.
one big Pikey.
Yeah, and then nailing it right out of the gate was Scab from Choir
Yeah.
Boys Outdoor Cutlery, and then he just dragged Joe into this. And man, you guys do a great job of that, but people need to realize that it takes time. It takes just getting out there, because if you don't know this, in the knife industry, you cannot buy a Google ad. You cannot buy a Facebook ad. It is
Right.
against their their community guidelines.
Yeah.
So you
Instagram.
cannot advertise anywhere, Instagram, any of those places.
Yeah.
So all of your traffic is organic. And
So
so
get
it's just
this.
getting this knife in people's hands.
And here's a little, it happened to me recently again. Big one right now is TikTok, of course, right? TikTok and shorts are the thing, you know, that 12-second people have no you know, they just can't stick with anything more than 10 seconds, right? That's the hot,
Right.
that's I'm there. It's a hot topic. But if I show a knife on TikTok and do this, I get a community strike and they threaten to shut me down because I'm touching it. Now I see a lot of people doing it. I don't know if they're having that issue, but I just got back into it where I was okay. I showed a couple. I had them in my hand. I'm like, okay, maybe they relaxed there. No. All of a sudden I got hit with one, and then they started going back and they started hitting those and removing those videos. And they're like, we're going to take your account down for community for dangerous acts.
See,
and I'm
isn't
like,
it wild they
I'm like,
do that, but
how is
there's
this
so
dangerous?
many gun TikToks. Have you seen all like the TikToks that have guns and stuff?
Oh,
in them?
absolutely. And I don't
they're
know if,
fine.
and I've seen people put disclaimers and stuff on their videos, and I don't, you know, whatever. If you know, I'm like, whatever. It's just, I like.
It's a
No,
it's
go
a
ahead,
hard
go ahead.
algorithm. It's a very hard algorithm. And so I think what also people don't realize is people feel like there's a vendetta against certain industries on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. No, they don't have enough people to monitor the content. So they write an algorithm in a computer and that looks for something. The only other way they get it is if somebody reports it.
Yeah.
Now you have one person that doesn't like you for any reason whatsoever, and they report one, just like you found out. They're going to go back through your others because now the algorithm is attuned to BigRedEDC's TikTok, and it's going to look for words and visuals on the screen. People don't, I see this all the time, and I used to try to avoid it. I've done social media for a long time. People share with me their story posts, and they'll put a pew pew in with one of our knives. I won't share that, and I'll tell you why. If you have both together, you are so much more likely to hit their algorithm. It's mind-blowing. And then again, once you hit the algorithm, they begin monitoring everything. So it's just a tough world out there for the knife people. So what we have to realize is that it's people like you, it is people like our other ambassadors, it's regular people who get the knives, people who join our Facebook group. If you're not part of that, come join that. It's fun. We talk about all kinds of knives. Everybody who loves knives is welcome. No politics, no religion, just fun and playing with knives. Rosecraft Blades. Great. Yeah, no, they're both all just, no, it's fun. And that's the way we get the word around.
Right.
I've been very pleased with how far we've gone. And I think that was the point of the whole statement, right?
Yeah.
Is that I'm very pleased with how far we've come in such a short amount of time. I can tell you right now, this decision wasn't made before, but it is now. We will be at Blade Show, Texas.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
That happens in March, mid-March, I think. And then we will be back as pit sponsors again for Blade Show Atlanta.
Oh my God, that was so nerve-wracking when we were going to do that this last time, and that's how we're going to debut our whole company that we started in 10 months.
Scary.
Dude, because you got to think we were like plastered everywhere. So thank God we worked out. I'm just saying that scared me to death.
Yes.
Well, I think it worked out very
great.
well.
People were great. And even slight naysayers who I got to talk to personally were very happy once they heard the vision for where the company is going, which I think people need to realize that. We are an American company. We're based right here in Maryville, Tennessee.
Right.
Our intention over a 5-year plan is to build a U.S. manufacturing facility. Does that mean our budget lines are going away? Never. It's not going to happen. We want to carry knives that everybody can purchase, but when we start making American-made knives in our own facility, yes, they're going to cost more. There's just no
Well,
way
I mean,
around
it's
it.
just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also sourcing American sources for 3 fixed blades designs that we've got right now.
Oh,
And we'll
okay.
jump into that as quickly as we can, but we want to do it right, and we want to do it with the right partner.
Sure.
But don't think of us as somebody who is from out of this country who has jumped into the market. We are not that. We are all good old-fashioned Americans here, and we are trying to get a hold in the market to build to our goal to be able to provide American-made knives to everyone.
Well, that's just it. I mean, you can't just day one be like, okay, here we are. You know, it's going to
Right.
take time. It's going to take time to build it. And that was the first
Not
thing
only
that
build
you
it,
kind
but,
of
like-
shared with. Well, that was the first thing that you shared with me was your 5-year plan. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. I get where you're going with this. This is awesome. And how awesome would that be? Seriously.
It'd be awesome. Yeah, people also need to bear with us. You know, this is the kind of thing that it takes time. And let's say we build the perfect facility with all the right equipment.
We still need to train the people.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Well,
We
yeah.
need the artisans
Yeah.
to come in and help
Absolutely.
us do this job
Absolutely.
too, because I can tell you, I'm a knife designer. I have never made a knife in my life. I will never
Right.
have claimed to make a knife. I build
Right.
everything to spec and designs, and I think I've shared some of that with you in the past, JB.
Yep.
But I get it as close as I can, and then some other experts take that design,
And they're going to tweak it. for what's
tweak it, and make it
necessary.
work.
I took a knife
Right.
apart. Listen.
She's good at taking them apart. Tell
good
you
at
that
that.
right there.
I can take them apart. Absolutely. I cannot keep all of the screws in order.
Well, see, now that's just, I don't do a lot of that on my channel, right? There's a reason for that. It would be so painful for people to watch. It really
You'd
would.
be like the kid in Christmas Story going, Rickin', frackin', rackin', rickin',
Oh,
frackin', frackin'.
oh, yeah. It would, you would, people would be like, no, this is not what I'm here to see. And it's the truth, you know, trust me, I know my limitations. I do. I know my
Right.
limitations. Can I do it? Absolutely. I can do it. You just don't want to be a part of it because
That's right.
it's painful.
I like that.
What is it like holding the flashlight for your dad fixing the car?
Oh, that is
You guys don't want to be a part of that.
that is a inside joke in our family. Absolutely. My oldest son, I think my oldest son still may have a little bit of trauma from one specific episode. Yeah, it was, so yes, I do know. It's just that I don't know why, but when I start doing little stuff, you know, even and taking the screws out of a knife isn't that little, but it is. I just start, things just don't go right.
Right.
And
it's
I
just
didn't have the order. I think that was my problem. I'm willing to try again. Do you have a screwdriver?
You know my ordeal with cutting paper in any show whatsoever. I can cut paper right and left, no problem whatsoever, and then I try to do it in front of a camera. It's like,
yeah,
every time.
absolutely.
Speaking of Christmas and the Christmas Story, it's what,
Ooh.
Saturday? We're probably right in the middle of 12 days of Christmas sale right now.
Oh,
And that means while everything is not on sale all at once, each day we're running one other item at a gigantic discount.
Okay.
And you'll have those all the way up through the 17th of December. And I think that we are doing a cutoff on the 18th. The order by the 18th will ship by the 19th, and you should still get that by Christmas.
Okay.
And I would be remiss to not mention the fact that we don't make money on shipping at Rosecraft. In fact, if you look at a small, you've got these boxes, JB. So they're these small DVD size boxes that we ship in priority mail. You go on right now on their site, it's going to cost you $10.40.
Yes.
To do it. Right now, we're saving you money by doing that, and we are just charging you what they charge us for the commercial rate.
Right.
So even though Swags and I are packing up orders and toiling over them, we don't charge for our time to do that.
Swags is like, what?
That's fine.
Wait a minute.
No.
We kind of have
No.
a system now. So like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we pack
We're
orders.
small, guys. People don't realize that. If you hit somebody on email, it's probably me.
Yeah.
Bruh.
If you get your order packed, it's us.
Yeah. You might even find my hair in there. I
Do
can't help
Do
it.
not clone her.
Listen, let them do it. They'll learn. They'll learn quickly. That was a bad idea. I'm just saying, I am a mess.
No, but very small team, and we're just
Absolutely.
I'm gonna choke to death.
Dude, I'm noticing that. But yeah, we actually, so Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we do our packing. Like it's just me and him.
Sure.
And I don't know what this is, but it's in my hand. Sorry. But like, no, we have a system so you lay it all down, you do the check, we do the final check before we put it in the box. And so it's like now it's a system. I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it works well. But whenever Melina comes in and tries to help you for some reason,
Oh my
something
God.
just goes wrong.
It's because she's helping extra.
Yeah, I'm just mediocre help.
No, I'll tell you what. It's funny you said. Now, I don't do. Obviously, I'm not a retailer. I don't do as much shipping as you guys. But trust me, I know the shipping and the cost and all of that stuff. I mean, I do a lot of giveaways. Speaking of which, this one just ended this morning or last night.
Awesome.
But yes. But I went and got a laser printer. I finally did because it's so much better. Oh my God. Just, I can only imagine the 2 or 3 labels I print. It makes it so much better. I can only imagine, you guys with what you do.
I got a Dymo thermal so that we could print, the thermal labeling. And I just discovered that we can print the invoices on those too. So now I pair them. So the invoice goes on the Dymo, and then the packing actual label goes on it. So I just have to pop it, and that goes in your whole box, and a little easier than printing 2 different places and doing it. But again, very small team.
Yeah, I'm so glad we have you, because God knows I don't even know how to work a printer. I've had the hardest time trying to figure out my computer. He's had to show me how to Facebook. I mean, like, for whatever reason, I am one of the worst technological people ever. This phone, I still don't know. I'm 25 and I still don't know how to screen record on this freaking thing.
50 and I can outdo these things on her. Ugh.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Swags. I am not the technological guy either.
You have Instagram for fun. You made it into a game and got how many followers?
I'm not going to say what my actual private Instagram is. I won't say it out there, but as a photographer, I have 50,000 followers there.
Nice.
Yeah. He got more followers in my face than I did. Matt,
because you got to play social media like a game, people. You have fun, you show people things they want to see, and you interact with them, and suddenly there's 1,000 more people around. Wild. You know this. You absolutely know this.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we have a good time with it. I think there's sometimes too much time, and we talk about this all the time. There's so much in this industry sometimes of, bro, man, this is awesome gear. You gotta be a tactical kill. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to make fun of anybody. I'm never gonna knife shame, but come on, guys, this is fun. These things are stinking amazing. They're fun,
dude.
That's trash.
The little chonk. The little chonk, man, that is, I'm pretty sure I said in my review that knife just makes me want to go find a tank and stab it.
I take down more. I have a red chonk that I take down all my boxes with, and I absolutely love how it does that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Right? It is a cardboard killer.
It really is, because that point lets you just, dig into the side and push on through.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like eating yawns today. I'm not sure what's going on.
Get you some caffeine in between.
I haven't had a Red Bull in 3 days, you crowd.
Oh, the other thing I want to mention too, and I feel like I'm plugging too much, but I'll say this.
This is exactly why we're doing this. Absolutely.
The opportunities to be able to tell people things and have their attention is few and far between, and I appreciate you giving us this opportunity to do that. We have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. It's one of the first things we decided as a company. You should not keep something that you don't like. So if you buy something from us and in that 30 days, you don't sharpen it, you don't use it, you keep your original packing materials and you send it back to us, we will refund your money for that knife. Now,
there you go.
If you use it, if you sharpen it, if you send it without the box, then we got to talk about restocking it. We've got to talk about that part. Yeah. But it's a 30-day from the date of purchase satisfaction guarantee. And then that's followed up by a lifetime warranty on your standard stuff, workmanship. Don't pry with your knives. Don't do that crazy stuff. And you're still covered on it. If something fails on the knife, we'll replace that knife for you.
Now we did talk about pry, and I was meaning to ask you this before. Now, back to the Appalachia Jack here real quick. You see how I did that? Now I've heard a story. I've heard a story about the pry on this knife, or the original model. We'll say the model that this is patterned after. I heard something about cigar boxes.
That's what we heard at Blade Show. Somebody came into the group and told us that those knives were originally given out or sold to people who ordered lots of cigars. And if you think about the time at which those were sold, a lot of cigars were sold.
Oh,
But those
absolutely.
came in wooden boxes, did not come in your paper boxes. And so you would have to pry them like a crate. So they would give you a knife or sell you a knife that allowed you to pry that box and cut the tip on your knife, on your cigar.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's true or not. That's what we were told at Blade Show.
Okay.
I like to roll with good stories like that.
Sure. Why not? And you know what?
JB,
like
we can.
Like
The Legend of Chase.
For people who are in the group, if you've read The Legend of Chase Snyder, that is one of the funniest things.
So we had to tell on Chase a little bit. Chase is one of our designers. He is the designer of the Alenta. And that's a great little knife. I think Chase did a great job with his ideas on these and the OG right there. Chase is very camera shy, does not like to be in videos whatsoever. But he's probably one of the funniest individuals and nicest guys you'll ever meet. So what we ended up doing is, creating legends about Chase, like he studied in a monastery in Peru for 2 years and all fun stuff like that. So guys, if you have a comment and you want to leave it on this video about what some legends of Chase Snyder, I'm sure he'd love to hear more stuff about himself.
And if you want to go see his throat singing, it's on that post.
Yeah,
I did see that. Yes, I saw that.
This team is. He came back and did throat singing.
That's funny
on that post.
That is funny. I tell you what, he's a pretty good woodworker.
He's an amazing woodworker.
He really is. He made her whole booth.
Yeah, that was
like that. She said, I made her whole booth. Well, golly gee. Go on, tell him.
Now,
he did make, if you saw our booth at Blade Show, he made that.
Yes. Now, rumor has it that, and I don't know how true this is, you know how once somebody gets, popularity, gets famous, that things are, things come out about them and stuff like that. But, I have heard that Swags has consulted with Elon Musk on hair care products. I don't know if is that a true statement, or, what's the...
I don't even take care of my hair.
So this is what you're gonna get. She doesn't know what you're talking about because she's not been in the group in the last 2 days. It's why I make posts like that in the group. I guarantee it. Why am I holding this now?
You guys have
we did facts about Swags just like we did with Chase.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And wrestled a bear at the TVNI fair.
I was gonna say, wasn't there something about bear wrestling as well?
There was.
You guys have way too much faith in me if you think I'm going up against a bear. I lost the battle with a spider, and it didn't even touch me. It almost touched me, and I know I got 17 stitches in my leg. I'm being serious.
What?
I literally, okay, listen. I can remember this like it was yesterday. So it scared the S out of me. Okay, I was in 7th grade. My house had caught on fire the summer prior. Okay,
oh my goodness.
Not her fault.
No, the dryer actually blew up while we were sleeping. So don't run your dryer while you're sleeping. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway, we're all okay. But there was broken glass everywhere. We were cleaning up because it did torch a lot of stuff. So things were kind of broken. We're picking things up and whatnot. And I was leaning up against the box and I was taking a picture of something. And I look over and I'm talking, this spider was like maybe that big, okay? But you know how they do this thing where they drop but they don't touch you?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I did that right here at my shoulder and it scared me to death. And so I moved and then I got a piece of glass 7.5 inches into my leg.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It's
Are you showing scars?
Yeah, it's right there. See?
Oh, dude, I love the Bob's Burger.
It's my Bob's Burger.
That's Bob.
But I got 18 stitches and I can't feel it and now it's gross.
Oh.
So like if you touch that part of my leg, I can't feel it, but I can feel underneath it and it makes me sick. Yep.
So Nelly, my wife,
the
right? She broke her foot.
I'm telling you, if you think I was gonna go up against a bear, I will not.
That you talking about can't feeling it? Nelly, she broke her foot when she was in high school. And she's got a spot on the top of her foot that is that same way. She can feel the pressure. She just has no feeling. So whenever I want to severely potentially irritate her, I just grab her foot and start going, ah, and she like freaks out.
Weird. It really does. It's the
That's what
weirdest
she said.
feeling.
That's what she said. So there you go, guys. The more you know. If you have a significant other that has something like that, it's a good way to irritate them. But they've probably already figured that out. Trust me. So okay, I'm gonna ask a hard question. Kind of hard, not really. What about something new on the modern side from Rosecraft?
When are those coming?
Potentially. If and when you want to talk about them, you don't have to. But I'm just thinking because people are asking me. So I figured I'd just throw it out there and you can go as far or not at all as you want.
Here's what I know I can say. You probably say whatever you want, but if you go to our YouTube channel and you watch our videos, you will see actually quite a few of the next round, but you got to look for them.
Yeah.
So that's really all there is to say. But you can at least know what they look like. Can't tell you when you're coming.
There you go.
So the thing is, all of them have been prototyped now. We have made our choices as to what is going into production.
Nice.
And I don't remember how many total there were.
I think it was.
There's 8 or 9 easily
right
that are already done and ready to
Very
go.
Cool. Very cool.
You could look it up.
Yeah.
You talk to him.
See, that's what I'm trying to.
Okay, bye.
See ya, bye.
You just love me.
See, that's what I was thinking of. Is I know you guys had kind of talked about that a little bit as far as and that's kind of goes back to the YouTube channel, and there will be links. I'll put links to YouTube and the Facebook and all that other good stuff down in the description, so everybody can find as much as they want on Rosecraft.
Right.
But you guys kind of teased that earlier, so
I love that one.
I'm gonna tease the one that I teased for you guys the other day. Look here. This is the Terracona.
Ooh.
That is Maori for dragon. I like this knife closed. I like this knife especially open. Look at that bad boy right there.
Nice.
Yeah. You're talking about RPM 9 steel. You're talking about black PVD coating. Those are G10 handles that are contoured, and then the liners are nested this time. Of course, the hidden lanyard hole.
Yeah.
The great stuff there. But yeah, I love the blue eyeball on that thing, and we just like the word dragon.
Well, and I think it's the dragonfish. There's like this fish, and it's real deep in the water, and it has these bright blue eyes, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. That's what the picture looks like to me, and that's where we started with the whole dragon thing.
Nice. Now, I did see some skull and crossbones on that, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
That is a modern Andy Armstrong design. Nice.
Yep. You're going to see quite a few from me. And Hawkins Rose has a great one.
It's so pretty.
Right.
I love it.
I like doing both, to be honest. I like doing both designs. And just from our standpoint, we've got folks like Swags coming into this, since 2019. We've got Hawkins Rose, which has a desire and great ideas. But what we end up doing as a team is pulling in those ideas and then refining them on paper. And my job is to get these guys where they are designing whole knives, right? So at the present, you have ideas that come in. She sent me plenty of hand sketched stuff.
And plenty of them got denied.
And we make it work, and then somebody else at a factory takes that design that is built to spec and says, hey, no, that's not exactly how that's supposed to go. This is how this is supposed to go. And we go, oh, you're right. And then we come up with this great knife, like a Bara that comes out, like a Terracona that comes out. So guys, we don't know exactly when these will be done. We are hoping for Blade Show. But again, like I said in the beginning of this video, we're going to trickle these out. We are not going to drop an entire line at the same time, but you can get teased on this one right here. I just love this guy. It's going to sneak in your pocket, super light. You've got what I call a stretched K-clip blade. See that it's very much like that K-clip blade. It was like somebody just stretched. I can't do it from this. I just stretched it out.
Yeah.
Can I just
So-
say that a lot of people are gonna have a lot of fun with these names.
Yes, they are. Naming knives sucks. I just gotta tell you,
You
naming
know,
knives sucks.
I tell you what, it has to be. It has to be because if you go back and look, it's been used. I mean, you can come up with a name, and I bet if you
Dude,
search a lot hard enough,
Everything's
it's been used. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you gotta make up words.
So you find something you really love, then you throw it in the Google machine and you go, well, that's a knife already.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, because they're all animals.
Yes.
And so what I think is gonna be fun is for people to figure out what animal is which knife. Because they're all named after an animal, but in some sort of ridiculous manner, and it is glorious. I love our names so much. They're so fun.
The traditionals as well, we have 5 that went in. Yeah, 5 will come out in traditionals as well. Those have already been prototyped, have already started the process of production. It is
Very
slower than modern production.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is just such a tedious process.
Sure.
It's all about there.
Sure.
We don't have to worry nearly as much with our traditional names because they are all Tennessee rivers, creeks, and lakes.
Yeah. Now
So-
let's touch on a little bit because I actually addressed this in a comment this morning. Okay. Some of the knives are produced by artisan. They have
Yes.
RPM 9 steel. But
Yes.
I corrected it this morning because somebody said the whole modern line is artisan built. That's not true.
No, it is not.
That's not true at all. And I want to
No.
make sure people understand that. Yes, obviously Artisan did OEM some of them. It's ARRPM 9 steel. That is an Artisan proprietary steel, 100%. But if I remember correctly, didn't you tell me that in this first line of knives, there were 5 factories that actually built your knives? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So one of the things
Go
I'm sorry, JB, step
No,
on
no.
top of you there.
No.
One of the things we wanted to do in the debut lineup, you have to build good relationships. This is my experience in the past. And I still have good relationships with people I've worked with before Rosecraft even began. I mean, I still send out Chinese New Year, Happy Chinese New Year to some people that I've kept in touch with. You have to find people that have made good product,
Right.
who listen, who are willing to work and do certain things well. So while the knives that do have the RPM 9 in them are from Artisan, because we are experienced with both CJRB and Artisan, they make great knives.
Absolutely.
They do a heck of a job manufacturing
I
exactly
really
what we
them.
want. There are at least 3 other modern factories and 1 traditional factory.
Okay.
So what we were able to do at that point is say, we like this factory the best, or we like these factories the best. And that one you just held up is still $41.99, by the way. We're trying to get rid of the last ones of them. So I've taken that knife from $59.99 to $41.99. So guys, buy that. There's like 20 left. I just want them out of the inventory. That's an exclusive we did from CJRB.
Yeah.
But 5 factories across that will probably narrow down to 3 or 4 factories for round 2.
Yeah. Well, some things to debunk is that number 1, yes, we have like OEM with Artisan, but we're not sister companies.
Nope.
No.
And also,
no.
we don't own the company. I don't know how anybody thinks. Like, I've had so many people ask me, they're like, "Oh, is this your new company?" And I'm like, I was a server like a year ago, and I don't know where you think I got enough money to own this company, but there is no way. Like, we definitely took part in like building it, but like we're not the owners of this company either.
No, go on our website, rosecraftblades.com, and read the about page. You're going to learn about William Rose. He is the proprietor, the founder of Rosecraft. The name is after his father, who had a very small business tinkering in things years and years ago. Could take apart a clock, like a cuckoo clock, a master cuckoo clock, and put it all back together, which that blows my mind. I don't have the patience for that kind of thing.
Back together.
Exactly.
I had
that's where the
I had the
name comes
pleasure
from.
of meeting him at Blade Show. It was really cool to talk with him.
It was really
Absolutely
nice.
was. Absolutely.
William's a great guy. I worked with him over 20 years ago, and we got together last beginning of June 2021, and just ended up spending 7 hours over lunch, and Rosecraft was born. It happened right there.
That's awesome.
Right there.
Boom.
So
That is so cool.
it was time for me to move and time for me to do something new, and I was very happy to do it.
Well, I do have to say thank you for giving us a little teaser with that. I have to try to put you on the spot at least once, and not too heavy. And like I said, I really appreciate you sharing that. Kind of our own little Easter egg here on this, so if people watch it, they can see something new coming from Rosecraft. That's awesome. I love it. But Swags, let's. I hope we see something
Yes.
new from you.
Wait, what?
I hope we see some new designs from you.
I hope so too.
I hope so
Let me tell you
too.
where she is right now with this stuff.
Hey, listen, I do have some in the works, but
Good.
they were not in the works very quickly. It took me a little time.
Gotcha.
Because remember, still
Gotcha.
new.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
So
She's learning to
have some.
design for real, and I don't know how hard for people to explain. Maybe you can talk about it for a minute.
Like, when I did like the Mylea and stuff like that, it was more, I kind of just got lucky on how it was drawn out, that it kind of worked. There was a lot of tinkering. I had a lot of help, which I can now say that you did help me with a ton of stuff, is to make it kind of work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I had the ideas, I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to draw that. And so I now use a protractor. And that's how I make sure stuff closes and stuff right.
There you go.
Did you know that I don't use protractors very often? And so
Yeah,
how
so
do
I
you do that? And
don't think
really,
anybody does anymore. So you're good
yeah,
there.
well, they
You're
suck.
good there.
I don't like them, but they are very useful for this particular task. And I have to say, like, all through school, all the times that I had a protractor and never used it, I never thought I would take that back. But it's really where there's just more to it, you know, knowing where like all your points have to be, so that way it's
Yeah.
not in the way of the blade, you know, where
Sure.
how much room you need in the handle for when the blade closes, that you're not touching stuff. And a lot of my ideas have sucked, and so we had to scrap them and try again, and we've gotten some really cool ones now.
We do. She'll probably have quite a few more in round 3 than she does in round 2.
Okay.
She does have a fixed blade that, if the fixed blades get going, she does have a fixed blade design, which I really love, that will probably be in a fixed blade line. The one thing I will say is she's done a great job of absorbing what's there. I had 20 years to learn this stuff. I had 20 years of trial and error and all of that, and she is doing a great job of learning how to do it for real. Yeah, don't give me a head.
I can't.
No, she's doing a great job of it, and it makes me happy to see her taking the initiative and learning those things. I said, when you come on board, I want to teach you how to really do this. And so at some point, you can just show me what you've got.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to bounce those ideas off unless you want me to have those ideas. So that's where we've been going with a lot of this all along. Probably the most just jump in with talent has been Hawkins.
The ones that we're working on.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, she's got some great designs that she's working on right now in a notebook. We look at them every week. We tweak them every week, and that's what we do.
But yeah, Hawkins, that one that I love what he has in this round, but this new one coming in the second round, I mean, it was so freaking sweet.
Yeah, I can't show it. I cannot show it.
No, absolutely not.
No.
It's sweet.
Good. Excellent.
And he didn't use graph paper or protractors or nothing. That kind of pissed me off. He just drew it outright and then just sticked it in.
I hate people like that. I don't really, but I do. Because I'm the type of guy that screws up stick figures. I really am. I can't draw worth a I'm just I've never had that artistic side in my brain. I just unfortunately, any kind of crafty stuff, I have a hard time nailing 2 boards together. It sucks. It just does. It just does. I'm not a handyman. I am not. So
we know our weaknesses and strengths.
Exactly.
But I just think that everyone should have a good, healthy amount of struggles.
I think the hardest part in all of the
I'm very healthy then.
The hardest part is getting acclimated to what is in a knife and how it has to work. And once you're acclimated to those things and you know how to make them, what they have to have work. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason this handle goes down that much. It's to cover the end of the blade. There's a reason this sticks up this much. It's to be able to do that. They're all there, and even down to little things like, I've got to get that thumb stud to clear that guard.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely. And all of that is there. So. And
then if you do like a button lock, you have to make sure you have the cutout for where the button is going to go inside of it. That was freaking difficult.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
and
fun
trust
to me.
me,
It's like putting a puzzle together.
and absolutely, and trust me, we see knives that actually go into production, and I've had some on the channel that I'm like, this doesn't exactly work, I think, the way the person intended, the designer intended.
Right.
And it's, and I don't want to say that in a bad, and I don't want to bash anybody. I love knives, but sometimes things just don't work out the way they were supposed to.
But you know what we were happiest about is everything came in and everything was balanced to let you use that thumb stud like on every single one of these knives. That to me is like giddy child joy as something comes back as a prototype.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like if it's not in the right space, it's just not going to open. You can sit there and push it all day long, but that tiny little thumb stud's going to beat you.
If you find you have to find the right leverage point, but then of course your detent and everything else plays into that.
Yep.
And that's where I found some recent, especially, okay, so coordination is not my strong suit either, but I found it that, on some of these like top flippers and front flippers, we're starting to see if that leverage point isn't where it needs to be, and that detent is just a hair too strong, you're going to sit there and go, why can't I work this?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it happens. And then if you put jimping on there that's like a saw blade, it doesn't work out well. But anyway, I'll keep.
I'm just proud that things work as well as they do from our line. And you're talking about a line that spans from $33.99 all the way up to $79.99, and all the points in between.
Yes.
Everything works great. And
that
pleases me in my soul that
absolutely
works.
Absolutely. Every knife that I got from you guys, it was tuned. The Bara, honestly, as far as the thumb studs, I know I've given the Bara a little bit of grief. I have, and I it's nothing personal. It's definitely nothing personal.
It's not personal. It actually gives you. See, the thing is, I like the critiquing. I like when people give me their feedback, because that lets me look at the knife and be like, okay, I wish I would have done A, B, C different. Now moving forward, what if like maybe in after a few lines, we might want to revisit this and tweak this and turn this in something a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take any of that personally.
But for me,
and this knife in particular, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jamie.
No, the Bara for me was probably, that right there. That thing, I swear to God, it was assisted. Seriously. And I know I say that a lot, but
I was talking to probably a woman in her mid-50s at Blade Show, and I was like, you can do this with your thumb. Oh, I can't use thumb studs.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it. She tried it. She's like, pow.
Yeah, exactly.
It's how y'all are talking about, like, the thumb studs, and like, if it's not in the right place, you're really not going to move it. So fun fact here is when I used to do these little videos at another place and I couldn't open stuff, I would like hold it just a little bit out so I could actually open it in the video. And let me tell you how dangerous that actually is. Trade secrets. Well, that's how I ended up throwing one at him.
Oh.
Because it was like in my hand, and then it kind of just flipped. I was like, oh, and I just let it go.
Yeah, that's why.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger. I watched her stick a knife in a concrete floor. That was just, I was like, that could have been my foot.
And that was expensive.
It was an expensive
knife. You said stick.
It did. It stuck tip down. This was easily like a $300 knife. Think Medford, think that level of expensive and that thickness of blade. And when it fell, it literally stuck. The tip went into concrete and stayed in there. So it was standing.
Bravo. Nice.
See what I'm saying? I missed it too.
She flicked it and it did this number. And I'm just going like, I'm going to die.
But I have to say, in all the time that I've had the knives and how clumsy I am, I've only got myself like a couple of times.
You better knock on this.
Oh, you don't play with knives enough. You got to play with knives more. Oh, I swear to God, I don't know why I don't have just a hard. I don't know why there's just not a hard lump of scar tissue there. As many times as I have cut myself in that little corner of my finger.
You're gonna be on camera.
Oh, is that who I think it is?
It is.
Oh, there she is. Oh, awesome. I got everybody.
That's Jalen, also aka Melina, that everybody knows from the other show.
Hello, lovely lady. How are you? Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
Like, I'm leaving. I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, she's
She
like,
hates
okay,
being on
Bob.
camera.
No.
She'll yell from the other room though.
Of course.
But well,
this has been fun. This has been a blast.
And I hate it that she just came in, but I was kind of thinking about wrapping up here real quick. But I'm so glad I got to see her and say hi. But just give us some final words about Rosecraft and what the community has to look forward to. I know we've talked about it a little bit, and we've kind of teased some stuff, but just give me a good outro for Rosecraft here.
We've only just begun. We literally have just started. We are at the very tip of the iceberg, and there is a whole bunch more ice beneath the surface.
And we plan to bring fun back into the knife community. That's
the key right there, guys. We don't care what knife you have. We don't care what knife you purchase. We don't care if it's one of ours. Join our group, have some fun. Of course, buy some Rosecraft, guys. Give it a shot if you haven't done it before, but we want more people in the industry in general. We want more women in the industry in general, and not to be patronized and not to be pampered to, but to enjoy the knives that we sell and that we make. We have a female designer on staff. Again, though, we are just we've just stuck our toes in the water. Expect big things from us in the future. We are going to keep growing and keep going for it. And if you're coming to Texas in March, come see us at our booth. If you're coming to Atlanta, come see us in the pit, or come see us at our booth inside the show. You'll have the big double booth over by where Kershaw is, and those fun places back in the exact same spot.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Atlanta again for sure. I'm not. I never know. I am signed up to go to SHOT Show in January. Whether that happens or not, I mean, it's a month away, and I still don't know.
It just depends on my work. SHOT Show that I don't even want to go to SHOT Show again. In fact, I've been to Vegas so many times I don't even want to go to Vegas again.
See, now we are going to Vegas here in about 10 days. We're going to go see the Enchanted Christmas down there. It's
that's cool.
Something my wife has wanted to do, and I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. Let's go. So.
I can do Vegas for like 3 days, and then
that's what we're going for.
Ready.
That's all we're going
ready
for.
To go.
Yeah, that's all we're going for. 3 days, just a long weekend. So. We're going to do that.
JB, I will say this about Atlanta. We're going to try to do a get together of some kind with people who are our friends and that kind of stuff. So
become friends.
We don't know what that will be, but if you join our Facebook group, you'll probably know about it in advance if you're going to the Blade Show in Atlanta, and maybe it'll be breakfast, maybe it'll be something. I don't know what it'll be at this point, but we will let you know because we think that is a good time. We want to meet people and we want to talk to you about the knives, and it's hard sometimes on the floor at Blade Show to do that.
Absolutely. And for me, that is these knife shows. That is the whole reason I go. I mean, yes, the knives are cool. I want to see what's coming out, but this year I got the opportunity to meet you guys, and it's just that's why I go, and that's why I said
I'm literally yanked into Blade Show by Christine. That is
yes, I did. That was pretty funny. That was pretty well. You were there. You did it too.
Well, Christine, she just walks out and just does what she does. She's like, this way.
Yes, she just opened a side door and says, "He's with me." Yank, and I'm like, okay, I guess I am. But hilarious. no, guys, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to do this, talking about Rosecraft. Teasing a couple of things. I really appreciate that. You definitely didn't have to, but I really appreciate you doing that. Taking the time out. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of the Rosecraft team in a way. I mean, I know I'm not that team, but hey, we're Team Rosecraft, man.
You are part of the team. All you guys who are ambassadors are part of the team, and we appreciate every single thing you do, BigRedEDC. Absolutely, JB, 100%. We appreciate it.
And definitely, there's going to be links to everything. You guys need to check out the YouTube channel. They started doing live streams. I'm thinking this is something we're going to see more of. Excellent.
Yes, we're going to try to.
Excellent. Terrific. The Facebook group. I'll put as many. There'll be so many damn links down there. You'll get sick of them. But I want you guys to see as much Rosecraft as you can. But like I said, thank you. Melina, I love you. Thank you for saying hi. I don't know if she can hear me.
JB loves you.
She's been awesome to me. Wonderful holiday season. Best of luck, and guys, stay tuned. There is more good stuff coming from Rosecraft.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody, and to you especially, JB.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.